you can never count him out.
And if you look at it, Mike, as I said, you couldn't have scripted this one any better. For Badr to meet Remy Bonjasky in the final is the FEG Promotional Juggernauts dream matchup for the final. Also, for so many millions of fans watching around the world, and a big hello to all of you, especially on HDNet watching us live in the US for the first time, our fans on Main Event in Australia, Sky New Zealand, Eurosports throughout Europe and beyond. This really is, Mike, Ray, a dream main event for the King of Kings crowd.
No, absolutely. It's like understood who's Peter Ertz in the final, or Jerome or whoever. But absolutely, it's you couldn't script it any better than what it is.
Ray, let's go back 1 year ago, the quarterfinals of the K1 World Grand Prix 2007. It was Remy Bonjasky who emerged a controversial points winner over Badr. What I thought really did the damage were Remy's leg kicks on Badr for 3 rounds solid. Badr's got to be careful of Remy's legs again here tonight.
Absolutely. I mean, like, again, we know that personally on my scorecard, I thought if anything, it should have gone an extra round. But nevertheless, Remy won that fight. I don't think that's going to bother Badr at all. I think, after his performance tonight, beating someone like Peter Ertz, knocking out his second opponent, Zimmerman, I think it's just going to, it's not only build his confidence, but it's just going to make him even more hungry to win the title.
Also, Ray, over the last 12 months, there's no doubt Badr has just matured out of sight. Another question is, we do say how sight and how Remy has one of the best defenses in all of K1. Only 2 men have ever stopped Remy, being Semi Schultz and Mirko Krokop all the way back in 2002. No one has stopped Remy Bonjasky. No one has TKO'd or KO'd him since 2005. But do you think Badr can do it? Those vicious hands, you know how hard the hands are of Badr. Are they hard enough to knock out Remy here tonight? Are they precise enough to get through that defense of Remy, that Virgin's defense that nothing penetrates?
Absolutely. I mean, like, if Badr sticks to his boxing game, watch out for the knee. And what I would do if I was in Badr's corner, I would say, go 1, 2, 3 to the head. Fake, just tap the top and go to the body to be able to open up upstairs. And I think if he does that, adding low kicks and what have you, I think he would actually open up Remy.
And Mike, on the flip side of the coin, what is going to be the key for Remy Bonjasky for victory over Badr here tonight?
Well, Badr's chin obviously is still questionable. Zimmerman did drop him. He was able to come back. But, so there's always a possibility for Remy to drop him. But, of course, he's going to use his low kicks. She's going to soften up those legs. I think one thing that he shouldn't be doing, and Ray brought up a perfect strategy for Badr. Remy, when he defends, he doesn't move. He just stands in one place. So with Badr going to the body, and he can open him up. He needs to move, as Badr is attacking. Even though he's defending, he needs to move around. He can't stay in one spot and just, block the punches, because Badr he's going to open him up by going to the body.
Guys, anyway, you look at this one, and certainly the crowd, we were sold out 1 week ago here at the Yokohama Arena. The first tickets to go were the $1,000 ringside seats. Ray, they needed to only have sold the edge of the seats here at the Yokohama Arena because everyone has been on the edge of their seats all night. I know Kimbo has had the time of his life. This is the first time for Kimbo in Japan, the first time seeing a K1 event live, and he has had an absolute ball, as have 20,000 plus here at the Yokohama Arena. I mean, as I said earlier, I have to go back to maybe 2002 to find the last time I was this excited during the K1 Grand Prix.
I think one thing that needs to be mentioned on the air, because I just said that to Peter Arts in the backstage. These fans, the fans watching the event, these fighters, they all need to thank Peter Arts, because for what Peter Arts did in Korea in stopping Semi Shield, otherwise this would have been a one-sided, okay, we all know who's going to win, let's just wrap it up and go home. So Peter Arts, I don't have a hat. But if I did, I would take it off to you.
And how great is it to have them both here? I mean, this is the house that Peter Ertz and Ernesto has built.
No, absolutely. I mean, they are from the beginning of K1.
And so are you. Stop. Ray is trying to jump in with Badr generation.
Just for the record, let's say that Ray is currently the 3rd longest K1 serving fighter behind Jerome and Peter Ertz.
That's right.
And you know what? After, like I said, I can't stop thanking Randy and the team Extreme Couture, because everybody were there to help and what have you. So for me, it's like I've just come back and haven't winning that fight. Now I'm back for next year.
I was getting ready to ask.
Oh, that one scared us.
Oh, that is ridiculous.
Did you see me? I didn't move at all.
Well, you are the man. I got
fighter out of all of us.
I was like this. I was covering up. So what's in the bag for you, Ray? Because you if there's anything, I mean, the fact that you beat Hongman Choi is maybe not as impressive as the fact that you beat him soundly, you were active and you didn't get tired.
Right.
So are we charged 09?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, like the last couple of years, it has been great years, but you know, we said the same thing about Peter Ertz. And I mean, apart from tonight, but again, the person he lost to is one of the greatest fighters of the young generation. But you know, I said never count out the older fighters because you know they have experience, and that's what I feel like. I feel I've been recharged, and I'm looking forward to come back next year.
And that's awesome. So
stronger.
You found that place. You know, every
Right.
fighter needs a little time off, kind of find himself, and you definitely looked hot today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for the bout you've all been waiting for. The Fields K1 World Grand Prix 2008 Final. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and K1 fans joining us around the world, live from Yokohama, it's time for the main event of the evening. Introducing to you first, ladies and gentlemen, entering from the blue stage, the K1 finalist from Holland, Remy Bonjasky.
For the final match from the blue stage, let's hear it for Remy Bonjasky!
What a moment here for Remy Bonjasky. He has been a phoenix rising from the ashes of so many personal crises in his life. He's been waiting a long time for this moment to get back into the championship match in the K1 Grand Prix, to win back the crown he last held in 2004. What a tough road it has been, fraught with despair over the last 4 years. His divorce, the loss of his mother, his leaving my Juro gym, so many close disappointments in so many fights. But finally the time has come for Remy Bonjasky to once again step into the championship ring. For Remy Bonjasky once again to fight for the most coveted title in the whole world with Ivan Hippolyte, the man who has helped to turn his career around. A very close corner crew who are almost like family for Remy. He steps onto the apron. He goes through the ropes. As I said, the moons are all aligned for Remy Bonjasky here tonight.
And the stars.
And now, entering from the red stage, the K1 finalist from Morocco, Badr.
Au style 2006, Espo Roots, mauvaise graine dans ta vie. Elle sur la jambe, à la pointe, j'en pousseur. Arrêtez de foutre, comme des chiens fausseurs. Arrêtez de montrer sur tes pas de perquisition avec une mère en pleurs. Sinon, pas de choses écrites, on t'y fait, c'est
Welcome back from the red stage for the final match.
Oh, listen to that ovation for the bad boy, the golden boy, Badr.
You ask so many people around the world when Badr exploded onto the K1 scene. Most people tipped he'd be a future K1 world champion. Ernesto Hoost, I know that you've said time and time again that Badr is among the most naturally gifted fighters you have ever seen. Now is his time to shine and claim the big one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he can show it all now, and he has a very good opponent for that. Somebody he already have, somebody he lost from, and I think he's ready for it.
Badr has a look of focus and determination on his mind.
I would have to say that if the moon is aligned for Remy, the stars is aligned, and the planets is aligned for
No,
Badr.
I'll have to say if the moons are aligned for Remy, Badr could be the eclipse in center ring here tonight.
I have to go with the star because the moon and the stars make up Badr's flag. Isn't he from Morocco?
Nice call,
Some
Mikey.
moon and the stars kind of country. But anyway,
You know what? I'll just watch the
Fighting
fight.
out of the blue corner, standing at 192 centimeters.
well, it's hard to beat Mikey's eulogy of Remy Bonjasky on the way in. I mean, if you've never heard of this guy, you already want him to win because the hardships and the growing up poor and walking up the hill, both raised in the snow to train and just whatever else.
Introducing
He koala up there.
the flying gentleman, Remy Bonjasky.
On a serious note, one piece of statistics, because I'm never well prepared like you are, but if Badr wins this tournament, he will be the first fighter to be a heavyweight champion and a tournament winner at the same time.
That is correct.
He weighed in at 100.2 kilograms. He also made his way to the
Is that
finals
so? I
with
thought
two
Sammy was also
consecutive
about
knockout
super
victories.
heavyweight.
Oh, super. Oh, you are now heavyweight. Yes.
Here is the explosive.
I'm splitting hairs, but, you know, hey, I just felt like saying that.
World
Yeah.
heavyweight
Not my
champion
hairs, 'cause-
from Morocco, introducing the Golden Boy.
I think I'm the only one with hair here.
I'm not splitting my hairs, his hairs.
Badr, 203 pounds, 101 kilos. He would become the second lightest K1 Grand Prix champion. Andy Holt would be the lightest in history if he was to win here tonight. The final instructions from our centre referee, Nobwaki Kakura. Morocco versus the Netherlands. Bonjasky versus Badr. Look at the stare down from Badr. He looks ready for business. Bonjasky refusing to engage, refusing to look in the eyes of the Devil Prince as they call Badr here in Japan. We are set 3 by 3 minute rounds to determine the Fields K1 World Grand Prix 2008 King of Kings. The time for talk is over. Michael Chavello, Mike Kogan, Sugar Ray Sefo, and the all-time greatest Ernesto Hoost with you ringside. Here we go, the final of the K1 World Grand Prix. Who will draw first blood? Who will go down and throw the aggressive shots, throw the heavy artillery?
The key here for Badr again is his jab. I think that's the key for him here. Because everything he throws after that is nothing but picture perfect.
Both men have a lot of respect for each other. They are well aware of each other's abilities, having fought in the quarterfinals last year when Remy Bonjasky emerged as a controversial decision winner over Badr after he tenderized Badr's legs for 3 rounds. Hari sticks that jab.
Beautiful jab.
The best jab you'll find in K1 with the K1 World's Heavyweight Champion.
A few more jabs of that. I'd like to see a jab right uppercut come with it.
Oh, Remy saw the round kick coming. Nice combination work. He is faster than a speeding ticket, is Badr.
And mean intention. I mean, look at his punches and kick. I mean, he's throwing them with the mean intentions. You know, he's not here to score points. He wants a KO.
Absolutely.
And he's flat-footed. I mean, he's trying, you know, it's all power coming in.
Let's not forget in his previous 2 fights here tonight, Bonjasky has started slow against Labana. He also started slow against Gokhan Saki and ended up picking up the pace in the second round and ending both fights devastatingly.
What I think he does very good, Remy, is he keeps on coming forward, keeps on putting the pressure on Badr.
Right.
No matter Badr is scoring or not, but Remy is keep on coming forward. Now they're starting.
Nice leg kick from Remy after Badr worked the Muay Thai clinch in the high knee, looking for the jawline. Again, chops across the leg quadricep area.
And that's a good call from Ernesto, which we said earlier that the key for Remy here is pressure.
He tags him! Jumping round kick! Jumping round kick!
Well, we talked about his jaw, and that was more like a slap, and he went down.
Whatever it was, he's down.
Yeah.
But, you know, that seems to ignite him. I mean, you know, look for Badr to be like, okay, this is not going to happen again.
Badr uses the count, takes a bit of a break. He's back onto his feet. Will we see a repeat of the Zimmerman fight here? Will Badr score a knockdown now? 45 seconds remaining here in the first round of 3.
I think Remy's defense is a little bit more tighter than Zimmerman's.
They both take their time.
Well, Remy's definitely fighting the right fight. He's patient. He's taking his time.
Yeah, look at Remy. He's a smart guy. You know, he's like, hey, this is a 10-8 round. I'm not doing anything else. You know.
Absolutely.
Jab again from Badr at full extension. Those very long arms of the K1 World's Heavyweight Champion.
For our U.S. fans, it's equivalent of taking a knee.
If anything that Badr needs to take away from this fight or from Remy is his defense. But Badr actually stepped back and dropped his hands, which Remy caught him with the left hook.
And watch, he just did it. He just went body, you know, head body.
Oh, late shot after the bell there. Remy threw his hands up and said, what's going on, son? End of the first round, we go to the towels. Ernesto, 10-8 round there for Remy.
I'll see this 10-8 round, yeah, without any doubt.
Left hand to the jawline, put him on rubber legs. Jumping round kick, missed the target. He was going down already from that left hand range.
Absolutely. I mean, Remy wasn't even looking when he threw that left hook.
No.
And it looked more like a slap.
Yeah.
It was a Hail Mary shot, and he caught him with the inside of the gloves, and the prayer paid off.
Well, maybe the problem is that Badr got a hard down from Zimmerman, and maybe that's why he got down now also.
Absolutely. But, you know, like we say in the fight game, Ernesto, and you know this just, you know, better than anybody else also, is that lucky shots count in our game. Yeah. Believe it or not.
For sure.
We are ready to rock and roll. Second round of 3. All 3 judges officially giving the first round 10-8 to Remy Bonjasky as we thought. Second round.
Badr really needs to work now in the next 2 rounds to be able to, you know, get a extra round decision. Because right now, you know, he is 2 points down.
Yeah. And I think he will. I mean, like, you know, as Ernesto said, after knockdowns, you know, he's a good comeback guy. He puts that pressure on him, you know, to perform.
Jab 2 from Badr forces Remy back against the ropes. Remy cracked to the outside 5.
Badr with the knee, and they are juking it out from the get-go here in the second. Here comes Hurry. Uppercut from the bad boy. Remy Bonjasky forced to backtrack. They spill to the canvas. Oh, Badr Hurry, what's going on? What's going on?
It's an MMA fight.
Ivan Hippolyte having to be restrained ringside here. Badr Hurry losing the plot right.
Come on, Remy. Remy needs, I mean, that didn't land, I don't think.
Surely Remy's not going to milk this, though.
Huh?
Is he going to milk this, Remy?
Absolutely.
It didn't look to be that hard to me. I mean, bad tactics, and Badr Hurry needs to be severely cautioned here.
Absolutely. If anything, they need to take a point off Badr. But Remy is actually, you know, and I couldn't really see, but I don't think Remy really got hit.
I think we need a replay because Remy seems like he doesn't want to get up.
Here comes the replay right here.
Talk us through it, Ray.
Well, as we can see, obviously Badr is on there, throwing uppercut, right hand, and he ends up catching that and takes him down.
With a leg pull.
And right here, none of those shots really land.
No, he just stepped on his
stomp.
face.
I can't believe
he just foot stomped him. It wasn't the shot, it was a foot stomp, went right on his face.
Head.
On his face.
Ernesto, you live in Holland. You know Badr Hurry better than any of us. What the hell was going through his mind doing a foot stomp in the final of a fallen opponent?
I don't know. I think the fact that he knows he's he's behind on points. He's going back to some kind of street mentality.
Do you
just
think he's
business,
trying to
adrenaline.
maybe deliberately get himself disqualified?
No,
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe
Here's the
that.
sad thing about this. It is no sportsmanship in that. And then number two, it's just not good for the sport to see things like this.
Okay. Remy is in the corner in front of our commentary position with the ringside physicians. Badr is standing in the opposite corner. Now, Badr is actually smack talking.
Yeah, he's saying stop being a sissy and get up.
Badr's going over to Remy, and Kakura's having to restrain him here. Ernesto, I have never seen something like that happen. At this level in the K1 Grand Prix final.
Especially not in the final.
I mean, Badr
not-
is a bad boy, but I never expected that from Badr.
Well,
No,
you know
me
what?
neither.
Sportsmanship aside, I'd have to go with Ray. I don't think Remy is as hurt as he's pretending to be.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He shouldn't have done that.
No, I totally agree. You know, it doesn't excuse what Badr did. You know what I mean? But we've seen Remy, milk something before. And again, I can't, say 100% that he's milking it now. Nevertheless, Badr shouldn't have done what he did.
Of course. I mean, he took him down like Randy Couture style, with a leg pull. And
Well, I think for a second there, I thought he thought it was MMA.
maybe he thought he fought MMA. I mean,
Maybe.
It
Maybe
is
it's dynamite.
It isn't dynamite yet.
Maybe he want to start a new career.
I'm wondering if it's the Kimbo slice
The Kimbo effect.
You know what I mean? Him being in prison.
Well, Badr is ready to go here.
Maybe Badr
Now,
thought
I've just
he
been
won.
informed, guys, that Remy will get a 5-minute interval if he needs it to recover. Let's have a look again. Ernesto, you take us through what you see here.
I think Badr is full of it now, and I really don't know what he's doing now. Why?
The foot stomp astounds me.
The foot stomp was.
Astounds me.
Honestly, there's nothing there, though.
Nothing.
No, there's nothing there, but still, he
Very
shouldn't have done that.
Exactly.
I mean, that is very disrespectful.
No, absolutely. No, I totally agree.
Completely unprofessional, uncalled for. But Remy's milking it.
Oh, Remy is milking it for sure.
Come on, he barely pushed him. Doesn't mean he has to do it. He got a yellow card. It's 10% off his fight
I
purse.
thought Al Pacino was a great actor. But,
Remy is good.
He played the movie. So.
oh, well, yeah.
Remy is good.
So the doctor's just doing a vision test here on Remy.
Just on, on the other angle of this, Mike, is that you have more to add to your story.
Well, I'll tell you what. See, a phoenix rising from the ashes again. Cue the Bonjasky music, people.
Exactly. Next year, you can add, foot stomps and leg trip takedowns during World Grand Prix finals to your
The horizon
list
the
of
Phoenix.
eulogy or whatever you're going to read for Remy.
Well, obviously, there's 3 doctors in the ring now trying to sort out and checking Remy out.
But you know what? All jokes aside, of course, Ernesto is absolutely right. This is a professional worldwide sport.
Absolutely.
It's being broadcast in 140 countries.
Yeah.
This is the finals. These is the best athletes and the best fighters of all year.
Right.
You cannot do
leg
this.
takedowns and attempted foot stomps is ridiculous.
Well, yeah, you're
I
absolutely
mean,
right.
we thought we ended that stuff with the Bob Sepp antics.
Right.
A long time
it's-
ago.
Like Ernesto said earlier, it's wrong in every way possible. I mean, it's disrespectful. It should have never happened. Whereas they're both professional fighters. They're in the Grand Prix final. I mean, absolutely, jokes aside, the fact is...
what kind of
that sort
message
thing-
this sends to the kids? That's what I want to know.
Well, let's just hopefully the kids understand that, momentarily, fighters like Badr, occasionally will lose their mind in there and lose focus of what's happening. And again, going back to the first round when he got hurt, I think his emotions took over and lost momentarily, but I'm sure it ain't going to happen again.
Just getting word here, guys. I think what the major concern for Remy is the foot stomp may have actually caught him in the eye. His right eye seems to be troubling him at the moment. Now, you can see him squinting. It's the same eye that he took a thumb to when he fought Glaube Feitosa some time ago.
So I retract my comments that he's milking it. I mean, if he got caught with a toe in the eye.
That is just what I'm hearing. I'd like to see the replay again.
He seems to be.
But he's blinking very heavily on that
he
right
seems to be
eye.
blinking heavily.
Also, the other question is, if Remy doesn't happen to continue this fight here, what
Let's have a
happens
look here.
here?
Let's have a look here.
He
right?
loses. That's an intentional foul.
Here's
I
the-
mean, he foot stomped him.
Here comes the
the foot stomp. It looked to be above the eye to me.
Yeah, it looked like
to
it
be
was on
above
the
the
forehead.
eye.
No, if Remy cannot continue, Badr Hari will lose this, or should lose this fight because that's an intentional foul. I mean,
Right.
the takedown
Of course he
part,
will lose.
the
Right.
takedown, okay.
He will lose for sure if they stop the fight and they quit. They
They'll go to the
count the
scorecards.
points. They go to the scorecards. Then
Badr will lose.
Remy wins.
That's correct. That is correct.
And you know what? Maybe that's what they should do if he cannot continue. Because the truth of the matter is, I mean, I can see the takedown thing, you know, a little adrenaline, but afterwards to punch and then come back with a leg stomp, that's intense.
Okay, can I just say, interestingly, the 3 ringside physicians hopped out of the ring. They were in front of our commentary position. Now they have all gotten back in the ring and are once again.
Now even
talking
the
to Remy.
coach.
The coaches and the managers for Badr Hari and Remy are having their own little battle on the side.
But here's the saddest thing about this, is that if it finishes here, we don't have the excitement of what the Grand Prix final is all about.
That was
Ivan Hippolyte is getting in Badr Hari. Badr Hari is getting in Ivan Hippolyte's face there. Ivan Hippolyte is the Dutch Muay Thai pioneer and legend who was the trainer of Remy Bonjasky. So it's all getting very ugly here ringside.
And they all speak Dutch, so they can all talk shit to each other.
Honestly, to cool this whole situation down, I think the judges need to go, okay, enough is enough. Badr is actually walking over to this corner, and I think they need to disqualify him.
At this point, yeah.
At this point. Because before it gets out of hand.
Kakuda has moved across and is speaking to ringside officials. We'll try and get word of what he is saying here. One of the ringside physicians has left the ring. The other 2 are remaining in there with Remy. Doesn't seem to be blinking as heavily on that right eye now is Remy Bonjasky. The FEG CEO, Mr. Tanagawa, is also hovering around Remy's neutral corner here. I'll get a translation.
バダハリ選手が倒れたレミー選手に攻撃を加える。なおかつレフェリーが間に入ってストップをかけたにもかかわらず
Badr Hari attacked his opponent while on the ground. Even though the referee tried to stop, he still continued to try and attack Remy while Remy was down. And Remy is currently seeing double as a result.
K1 のスポーツマンシップにのっとってバダハリ選手の取った行動は許されるものではありません。
Badr Hari has gone against everything that K1 sportsmanship stands for and has been disqualified. Remy Bonjasky is the K1 Grand Prix champion for the 3rd time. The most controversial outcome we have ever seen. The first time ever a fighter has been disqualified in the final.
It's sad because, everybody was looking forward to this final. And unfortunately, Badr had to not only ruin it for himself, but everybody else that actually watching the actual show tonight. It's a real sad situation, and sad to see the actual Grand Prix final end like this.
Wow, controversy abounds here at the K1 Grand Prix. I don't know if Remy is overwhelmed by becoming the champion again or if he's upset at the way that he won the championship here.
Honestly, I like to be in his mind right now, but
Ray, that said, let's not take anything away from Remy. If you had to evaluate the fight and what had happened so far, Remy had the knockdown on Badr.
Oh, absolutely.
Remy was beating Badr Hari.
At the end, he deserves to win, absolutely, without a doubt. He deserves to win because of the scorecard, if it went to the scorecard. But also he deserves to win because Badr actually just lost his mind and there's no sportsmanship there whatsoever. And, there was nothing else the judges could do but disqualify him.
I think hindsight, what really disqualified him is the post-incident antics. If he would have just stayed in that corner and shut up and said,
absolutely.
I think there were at some point.
Well, you know what, Mike? If he even would have just paid an apology.
Right.
An apology to Kakuda, an apology to Remy, and bided his time.
Well, not only to Kakuda but to the whole crowd.
Exactly. To the world at large that's watching.
Right, which he can do in his post-fight press conference, but at the time he should have just stayed there quiet in the corner and let them, let him figure out what's going to happen. But he's walking around and talking trash to Remy, his corner. That's just too much.
I am absolutely astounded, folks. As I said, my 6th K1 Grand Prix I've commentated live. Ernesto, you've been there from the start. Ray, you've almost been there that long. We have never seen anything like this, especially in the biggest matchup of your life. And you throw it away with sheer stupidity.
Frustration.
It really is crazy, and it really is really sad. Not only for the audience, but for Badr, because he's such a great talent. And it's sad to see that side of him, and to see the actual fight end like that. And as we can see, it's still going on.
Well, it's still going on in centre ring here. Badr Hari is trying to have words over the very loud music here at Remy. They really need to get Badr Hari and his crew out of the ring.
Absolutely,
and let Remy enjoy his moment as the K1 Grand Prix champion for a third time. Melvin Manoff there having words with Badr Hari. Remy shaking his head. And look at Badr, he refuses to budge. Still staring down Remy. I would love to get inside the mind of Badr Hari right now and just wonder what the hell he is thinking.
Well, I mean, you know, it's childish, it's amateurish, it's silly. In every way possible, like Vanessa said, it's wrong, and it's sad. Again, I can't stop saying that. It's very sad for the actual Grand Prix tournament to end the way it did.
And let's just say, folks, and I think we'll all agree with the decision.